Okay, so in the last video we looked at pyramids of numbers. So today we're going to look at pyramids of biomass. And we're going to use the two examples from the previous video. The typical pyramid, the grass, rabbit and the fox. And then we'll look at the one with the tree, which was a strange looking shape. So biomass, if you break up the word, split the word up a little bit into two terms. Bio meaning living, as in biology, the study of living things, and mass, which is the quantity, the amount of a particular substance. So biomass is the amount of living material, okay? And because it's a mass, the units can be grams, kilograms, tons. Now, they're drawn in a similar way to pyramids, but again, be careful that they're not always a pyramid shape. So a lot of students try to force it into a pyramid shape and then they lose marks. So don't be worried about that. So this is the typical one we're looking at here. So whilst individual grass plants are quite light, they're not particularly heavy. Because there's so many of them, they still have quite a large bar. So in terms of biomass, they tend to have a typical pyramid shape because you need a lot of mass for consumption for the herbivores and the carnivores as we move up. If there's not enough biomass, then the food chain really will collapse. It won't sustain itself. So this will be the plant. This is the grass at the bottom. G for grass. Rabbits, we had more rabbits than foxes. So generally, even though a fox is bigger than a rabbit, because we've normally got more rabbits, there'll be a bigger bar for the rabbits. And then we have a small bar there for the fox at the top. If the bar for the fox was bigger than the bar for the rabbits, the problem we'd have is there wouldn't be enough food to sustain the fox population, and then eventually they'd die out through starvation. So again, the energy is moving up. Okay. Now this is the one from earlier on. So even though the pyramid of numbers had a strange looking shape, the pyramid of biomass is a typical pyramid, as you can see here. So from the bottom bar here, this was our tree. Okay. So even though we only had one or two trees, they're very big and they're very massive. So they've got a big biomass, all those leaves, nuts, fruits. We've then got the insects. Even though each individual insect is only quite light, there's hundreds, thousands of them. So collectively, they've got a big biomass. And then we had our thrush, and then we had our eagle at the top. So again, in this situation, if you didn't have enough insects, say the bar for the insects was smaller than the bar for the thrush, there wouldn't be enough biomass to sustain the thrush population and they'd die out through starvation. So it's you're 99% sure for you to see pyramids of biomass will be a pyramid, whereas pyramids of numbers may not be. So that's pyramids of biomass. Again, we have the same layout as a typical pyramid of numbers, plants at the bottom working our way up to the animals. But this time we're measuring and showing the amount of living material. Thank you.